Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on episode 9 of Fairy Tail Zero, and whoo man, the ending of this one just like really hits you in the feels, like full on. Like this one and probably the next one, because of what happened at the ending of this, is just like all aboard the feels train, everyone. Choo choo. Anyone who's watching Fairy Tail Zero, literally be prepared, man. It's the first half, of course. Let's just talk about it. The first half is like mostly action and everything. You know, Yuri is still as a dragon going crazy, and it's all about Mavis. She's trying and trying hard and hard to get on top of him to use a spell she learned from Zedif, which is a spell that's normally you're supposed to take like 10 years to learn, because it could, you know, have very bad side effects if you end up using it incomplete. So she ends up being able to do it. It's all about, you know, Nakama and all that stuff again. Zeta helps her get strong. You know, she's like, yeah, you are. She's been here the whole time. And she like flies over in front of the dragon's face and fairy law. No, it's not fairy law. It's law is what she uses. And because of her using that while it was incomplete, well, what happens is it looks like when the doctor, wizard doctor came, she no longer has the ability to, she can no longer grow up, no longer mature her body overall. And that is why we see Mavis now as just a young little girl, the same as now, you know, the ones we see in the newest episodes is the same as we see in the older episodes. I mean, in these newest ones, Fairy Tail Zero, because that's why her body's like that. She died like that because her body never matured after that point. And I was just like, oh, okay. So it made a lot of sense. I was always wondered why Mavis always looked so young, and that is the reason. Yuri, of course, wakes up later on because she was able to save him, and it was just so sad. Like, poor Yuri. Like, I honestly teared up a little when he was like, he felt it was his fault because of this. He should have died. He said she should have let him die. Of course, she's just smiling and all this stuff, and I was just like, oh, poor Yuri. And then just that moment when he was like, you know, for the rest of his life, he's going to be like, be there to protect her and all that kind of stuff for the rest of his her life. And I was just like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, seriously, like, man, like right in the feels, full on. Poor Mavis. She can no longer mature, no longer grow up her body because of what happened. I would feel guilty too, but it's not only because he feels guilty. He even heard her, you know, talking and everything about friends and everything, and they have this whole Nakama thing, and that's of course why Fairy Tail is all about Nakama, and this is like the roots of it pretty much. So it was pretty interesting to see that, and of course the very ending, that cliffhanger with, you know, finally, like I've been wondering this the whole time. I thought at first it was like for sure she's not real, and then there was like some parts Zeta looked like she saw her. The master of Blue Skull, by the way, he's gone. I don't know where the heck he went. He seemingly got out of the cage, so I don't know where he is. But yeah, and then pretty much Zeta is not real. She is an illusion. Finally, someone says it. Yuri tells that everyone, not just him, can't hear her, can't see her. She's an illusion created by Mavis. And it makes sense. Like, I've been thinking this too throughout the time. Like, when you found out Mavis's magic is illusion, and that everyone always seems to not notice her. It's an illusion that she created just for herself. She's the only one that can see it. And you saw Mavis's eyes at the end. So the next episode is probably going to be pretty, like, heart-wrenching. It's probably going to be something like she can't believe it. I don't know if she's going to break down or something. Like, after seeing her smile, and she was, like, so strong because of what has happened, just to have this happen, I don't know what's going to happen. Yuri is a good friend. Someone has to tell her sooner or later, and yeah, I can't wait to see the next episode. This episode is honestly really good, really hit you in the feels. And like, oh man, I was honestly tearing up at the part with Yuri apologizing and everything to her, and all of this towards the end. Like, the first half wasn't, it was just like, oh yeah, go Mavis. And then the second half was just like, oh no, is she gonna be okay? Everyone's sad. All the townspeople are trying to help and everything too. Then we find this out. Yuri goes there. We find Zeta is not real as well. It's just like, oh, it's like a feels train, a feels roller coaster going all over the place. And the next, it's not stopping yet, guys. There's still more gonna happen in the next episode. I'm thinking there's only gonna be 10 episodes, so the next episode should be the last. I'm not sure. I'm not for sure on this, guys. So don't be like, oh, Jordan from Anime Kingdom said that it was done in this episode. This is the last one. No, I'm not sure. It just feels like this would probably be the next one. Would probably be the last. It might be 12, and then they're just gonna throw in like how Fairy Tail was created, all that stuff. But I'm not really sure on how many episodes there are. But yeah, I can't wait for the next one. Like I said before, so I'm going to end this here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion and review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed you want to talk about, comment below as well. Until next time, guys. See ya.